Okay, this lesson for our Koine Project Class. We just simply ask the question and answer it. Is it true that a person already being justified will still sin? And let's look at a few texts and do our homework and let us learn what the language might indicate for us. So we'll look at Ecclesiastes 7:20. Then let's start with the Koine Old Testament Septuagint. And then I'll be as expeditious as I can be because anthropos, a man, uk, not is, esten, not is not a man. And here we get our answer quickly. Dikaios, this is an adjective. Dikaios, a justified man. So because a justified man is not in te gay in the earth, who, there we go, who poese, from poeo, will do, it's future tense, will do, agathon, good, kai, uk, and not, and will not. So here we go, hamart, have to kind of walk this one through, te, then it's future middle, at time. So, and will sin for himself. It's middle voice, which is interesting. So, and it says, so because a righteous man, a justified man, is not in the earth, who will do good and will not sin for himself. So let's go to the same text, but look at it in the Hebrew. We have this because, there we go, because Adam, just like Adam, Adam, a man, ain, not, let's put is there, not, is not, let's go ahead and talk about what kind of man is not. Sadiq, yeah, Sadiq. Okay, so we got that. A justified man, here we go. A justified, it's an adjective. So because a justified man is not, we have ba'aretz, clean that up, ba'aretz, in the earth. There we go. So there's the preposition in the earth. Ashir, who, and then we have if it's not right, it's sin. Aseh, there we go. Ba'aseh, and we have that little accent there. Ba'aseh, who will do tov, good, and lo, not, that's the word and this is Yeketha. There we go. And will not sin. Yeah, will do good and will not sin. Will sin. So that's fascinating. It really clears it up. You have people who talk to people who believe Christ for everlasting life and then begin to say, but now that you're justified, something, they start speaking about, even some say they don't sin after they've been, quote, born again or after they have been saved. And we're just staying with Bible words right now. So in James 2:10, he said, Ostis, whosoever, are, of course, post-positive conjunction for whosoever, holon, ton, nomon, whoever, the whole law. Well, let me mark this off so we don't. There we go. And I'll just come over here. Te. We had poise. Now we're having te re say. Will keep. Whosoever will keep the whole law. It says, tai say. You can see how this kind of all falls in place here. And then we have de, post-positive conjunction, but, which subordinates all this, but he will, notice it's certainty, he will offend in one, of course that's one law. It says, Ganon, he has become, this is perfect tense, he has become and remains ponton, all laws, enakos, I think, yeah. A guilty one. This is an adjective also. A guilty one. So now what we notice is it's futile to keep the whole law. Paul actually said it was a curse, and the one who would presume to misuse the law, prescribe circumcision, just one law, for the purpose of so that a man might be justified before God, which can only be done out from the faithfulness of Christ, and that's by faith, and that's being persuaded to believe that by the gospel. He said that person would become a debtor to do the whole law, which is futile, and then it's inevitable that he will offend in one, that's thought, word, or deed of 613 law codes, and he's become and remains a guilty one of all. And then let's just cap this off. As Romans 3:23 says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And Romans 3:24 says, that occurs to kai u minoi, present passive, while already being justified. That's why that text applies first and foremost to those who've already believed, the Jew and the Gentile in that Jewish and in that church, for example. So that be careful, because if you make that the place where it's universal, which the Bible does teach, that even the plowing of the wicked is sin, which means unless you believed in Jesus Christ, being outside of Christ, even plowing a straight row won't improve your standing before God when you have not yet believed his Son for everlasting life. So here he's saying to Jew and Gentile believers in that church that they've all sinned and fallen short while already being justified freely, freely, te, by the autou of him, kariti, by the grace, by his particular grace, dia, This is by means of, and let's come over here, taste, apo, I'll have to word this one out, there we go, seos, out, by means of the redemption, there we go, taste of the redemption in Christ Jesus. There we go. So one religious person said he was done with sin. I said, well, you might be done with sin, but it's not done with you. And Paul taught that clearly. The scriptures teach. So here's all that we need. It's self-evident, explicitly stated. It's without ambiguity. It's not something that can be misunderstood. One would have to deliberately ignore these texts to come to the conclusion that somehow either before you believe you have to stop sinning and no longer sin, and then after you believe and become born again, you won't sin again. Well, both of those notions are not, neither of those are in the Bible. So have a blessed day and enjoy this lesson.